Hey everybody, this is Grace, and I'm on my way for the second time today to try to do some food delivery orders. I have a question. I think I've mentioned some of this in videos before, but when I left, I thought I'd make a little video today. I thought I'd make a little video of coming, more than one coming together. And it's about when you don't feel safe, like you're out delivering. And for those who do deliver, and you're out there delivering and something causes you not to feel safe, okay? And it could be in more than one way. I don't know what these delivery food apps would say, well, what is safe or what isn't safe. But I have had some that the roads weren't safe. I've mentioned, like I said, I've mentioned some in videos before, but like I'm driving on this kind of road. These are nice, nice roads. And then sometimes some of them just end. And I'm not talking about they end and you can't go forward. No, they end and become roads that are not nice. Roads that are like, they are asphalt, and they, you worry that the bottom part of underneath your auto is going to have a really nice new color. Okay, put yourself out there. Well, but anyway, it's going to take, it could possibly even tear up underneath your vehicle. That's not safe. I went through, when was that? A couple weeks ago, I guess. Oh, it's all blurring together what happened. But, yeah, it was pretty bad. I did not know that. I've mentioned it when while it was happening, that I didn't accept the offer. What happened was I went to push to log off the app, and right then it popped up when that's happened too many times before. And it's always a bad one every time. And I should have did what I thought to do, was to just unassign it, but I didn't, and I should have trusted my gut, because I didn't even know where it was going, how much it was paying, none of that. So it wasn't a good one. Okay, then not too long after that one, I had another one that I did not feel safe, and it was of a different kind. Basically, I picked it up, went all the way to the house, got to the, outside the house, and I was sitting, right in front of their house where the door was not that far away. And I got a pop-up that said this phone number has been disconnected. And I went, what? It was like, how could that be? Because then I started, texting the customer, because what they had said was leave at door, but they also said meet at door in the comments, or something like that. It was messy. And so I said, which one would you like, for me to do? And a text. And that's when it said quit. And then again, another text came through that said stop. People do that whenever they want the, whatever app to stop sending them stuff. Well, how could that be happening if the phone number was disconnected? So basically I said, I'm not leaving this here. No way. I'm going to call support. And I called support and told them about it. And the woman, she said, that doesn't make any sense how that could happen. And she agreed with me that it was not a good idea to go back there, because I told her, I said they could call the cops on me. Because they told me stop and quit, which, it means that. But they could say, well, it actually meant I didn't want them to come in. To come to my house, because it could be anything. It could be something like, like somebody is a stalker and they disconnected their phone number because the stalker, and they hacked it, or whatever it was. And that could be that. You see what I'm saying? It could be anything. And the woman, she agreed with me that no, I shouldn't leave it there. And it was. And she said, leave it somewhere safe. Well, where am I going to leave it safe? Definitely not a trash can. I was way out. And so I decided to go home and went into the trash. I opened it up and, whoa, man, it was something. Oh, it was something else. The smell, just the smell of it. I said, no way. You know, Adam looked at it too. No, you know, it was, part of it was tofu, but the other part was what was smelling so strong. I guess people, you have to get it, you know, the people who like that because they've been eating it for however long. I know it was way too strong to smell. So it went in the trash. You know, I've had one from that app say, you can trash it or whatever you want to do with it. Keep it, whatever, you know. But anyway, that was the same app that another one happened. And that one was, the roads were unbelievable. And I think it was only supposed to be, it wasn't supposed to take as long as it did. And that was when I first started doing them. And it was at nighttime. Adam was with me. And, because I was just started. And he at one point actually had to stop, and he jumped out of the SUV because it was so bad. I don't know whether he was going to try to help me turn it around, or then he got out and he got jumped back in, because it was a scary movie. And I don't think I've ever seen any of those scary movies. So I'm just talking about really scary movie kind of thing, you know. Like, this is crazy that, you know, there were asphalt roads, no shoulder, no median, no curbs, no lights, no stop signs, anything like that. It was just, you know, going up curves and going up, and then there were creeks, or could be creeks, but some of them were just empty at the time, and like three SUVs could stand on top of one another to meet the road. And it was, the roads were asphalt and they were bad and curvy, nighttime, no lights to light up the roads except mine, and it was just too dangerous. And there's nowhere to turn around. There weren't, you just had to go. If you could find a house out there, yeah, you could turn around, but you wouldn't know how close you are, you know, to backing up and all this. So finally found a place, and it was that I could have fallen off of that. There were very narrow roads, and I didn't feel safe. But like I said, I mentioned this in more than one video after all these times. But what about you? What have you done, and what have you delivered, and you just didn't feel safe? Okay, I'm actually right next, I'm in the parking lot in the back of a restaurant. But I moved to get under the shade. No, I'm not going to sit out in the heat. But I see several of those, as I call them, the gray sedan people that are part of the fleet that do these. One of them's parked right next to me. And I can tell that they're, you know, if I'm real close to them, I can tell just by their car that it's not a personal car, because there's nothing in it other than it's not personalized, other than, you know, the mount for the cell phone. So, but it's right now 12:50 on Sunday, June 9th, 2024. You know, Sunday is supposed to be like the busiest day. I did some earlier today, and they were on the end of where it's not busy. I did 3. Okay, I took one. It took me a bit far. I was in Allen, Texas, I think, and then it took me to McKinney, Texas. I've delivered out here before, this area. Pretty much. I could be wrong, because McKinney's kind of big. I'm not all that familiar with it. But I was in this neighborhood, and oh my gosh, it was the people parked on the road. Nice neighborhood. These are nice areas, you know, houses and all. But so many people, they have their own garages to park in. And, you know, it's not just a garage. And they have different places they can park, but they're going to park on the road. See that too much. And that parking on the road stuff, they'll park right next to one another, and it's very difficult to get down. Well, this particular one that I was in, lots of teenagers out, because, you know, a lot of them just got their driver's license, and I actually saw them. Okay, so except for the first one, I wasn't sure, but they, you turn into the neighborhood. I mean, you're just turning, and they're going to tailgate, and then they race through the park. The neighborhood, a neighborhood, going like as fast as they can, as soon as they can. Okay, the fastest they can get through, maneuvering through. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what they're teaching them, how to drive. Oh man, and I think, I'm standing outside my car because I'm not real close to the road at that point. I mean, close to the next turning road. They would be turning down, and got out of my SUV to get it out. The order out of my SUV, and on the side, right by the passengers, in the driver's side, and it was like this one wanted to hit me. I had to move away so this one wouldn't hit me. It was a teenager, and it kept happening. I mean, I got that and I went up there, but they kept zooming by. I'm like, I would hate to live in that neighborhood. Seriously, they feel that entitled, and that's what I would call it, entitled. You betcha. They're entitled, they own the road, because I taught in several of these, in Collin County, several of these school districts. Some call me a visiting teacher because I've taught at college and university, when I was younger. And, some call me substitute teacher. It just depended, really. And, on so much. But the indifference, because I don't know why, if it's just a thing all over, but the amount of indifference, like you are nobody. And I mean, I know substitute teaching, when I was young, people would sometimes be like that, but not really where I grew up. No, we respected our elders, kind of thing. Those who are our parents' ages or above. But no, when I started teaching in some of these, not all of them, the level, high school, the indifference. So I stopped doing high school. I stopped teaching at high school. What I liked teaching was math. Yes, I said math, and it had a funny accent. But to inner school, there's not really any inner school too much. One place has a little bit in this whole Collin County that I know of, and I like teaching them because they really wanted to learn. They were really wanting to learn. There was no indifference. Seriously. And I'm going to try for more. Okay, pardon the blinker. I decided to go home because I need to go home. Alarm went off and said that I need to go home and do my insulin. I have to schedule my medications. I'm 61 years old, and I'm on a lot because I have a rare health condition. And I have to put them on my alarms on my phone, whichever, for whatever hour, how many, and which ones. It went off because right now, yesterday I had it at 7, but then I had to change. And it's constantly changing for various reasons, and I had to change it, and I don't know what it is now. It's because this one way I had just changed it, it didn't work. Boy, I don't know why some of my words today are going, really thick accent. Oh, get loud. Yesterday I was having a hard time finding my right words. I was so exhausted yesterday. But anyway, I'm going to go. I think I started this video off as, they always turn into vlogs when I'm out. Pretty much always turn into vlogs when I'm out doing this. But one of them was, this one topic, I think it was about, not feeling safe. Now that area, sometimes the safe, I know it means like somebody thinks they're going into a very dangerously populated area or something. For whatever reason they feel. I'm not going to make any, but except to say that this one, I don't know. It is really nice houses, and Collin County is, for the population-wise, there's 2 of them. One is a much smaller population, in Collin County. They compete for #1 wealthiest place in Texas. wealthiest county in Texas. And that's why I'm saying this about, there are a lot of them that are feel entitled, but not all of them. Not all kids, not all people, but some of the area does have a, where I live actually has a reputation for a high sense of entitlement. It had it before I even knew the place existed. I'm serious. The one thing, you know, I started back in 2015 making videos about narcissism. My degrees are in psychology and sociology, and man, I was seeing it then, and I'm definitely seeing it now. You know, I saw it before then. I used to do it before the videos. It was online stuff, and you know, online writing, different things, different ways. I had my first computer in 1982. Let's just go there. But anyway, about narcissism and these kinds of things. Okay, I'm going to have to pull over somewhere to figure out where am I, because this doesn't look like where I want to go. I'm not using a map. I'm not using a GPS right now. I would think I've been here plenty of times. I should be able to, yeah. Okay, you know, I said this about a lot of the students that got out of high school and they got their driver's license. It might be that they got their permit. I don't know how it works here, but they got their permit because they finished a class, like that car right there, and they have stickers that new drivers, please be patient. And but they had that during the last, whatever they do semesters or quarters. But so I don't know if they have their license or not. But I've seen so many on the road. Woo! There's another Tesla. Tesla is so popular here. It has been for, what, a month or so now? But anyway, I think I know where I'm going. I hope I'm going the right way. I really need to get home. I could push it back an hour. So, but I want to get home. I need to take a break. I work the brunch shift. You know, the reason I'm doing these food deliveries is because I live in Texas. Did I mention I live in Texas? And to get affordable health care, right. But the thing about it is, I have to prove to the government that I'm earning a certain amount of money in order to get the affordable health care. I don't know all the ins and outs of it. I just had recently, like a couple months ago or so, heard about something else, and I'm like, really? Nobody, all that time I spoke to so many, had told me any of that. And the woman who told me, she worked in complaints. Really think about that. I hadn't called because of that. She just offered it to me, so she works in the complaint department. That was so funny to me. Yeah, maybe that's why she just offers the information, because she probably gets a lot of calls. Maybe. Who knows? I could be totally wrong. But anyway, I hope I am going the right way to get to back home. It was the only way to go, so yeah. The only way I could go, yeah. But anyway, I don't know. I've done it pretty good today for, you see, where I live, I mean, all this time, seriously, I've been getting more and more discouraged, more and more, discouraged is probably the better word for me. Yeah. I hope this is where I turn. Huh. Cannot even see the name of the road. Too tiny. That's it, Stacy Road. But anyway, okay, you don't need to hit me from behind, thank you. Oh, by the way, I'm not that, I'm zoomed in, so I'm not that close to this car in front of me. But the one behind me, boy, my goodness, I mean, honestly, I can't really, I think it's a she. Wow. He keeps looking off, because I'll look at him. I will sit there and I'll look at them like, what the? I have no filter anymore. I'm 61. Seriously, I remember a woman, she was 63. This guy knew his mother. She was a horrible person, though. I mean, oh my, she was one of those adult mean girls, you know, the histrionic behavior all around. She was just bad. She was bad to him, and he was in the hospital, man. Wow, it was unbelievable. And she was the first one I'd ever heard say that. Maybe there was at least one thing I found funny about her. But yeah, I did that, didn't I? I needed far lane. Oops. But she was so mean. But she said that she had no filter anymore. I thought it was cute because, yeah, and now that I'm there, you know, she was, I don't know how old she'd be at this point. Yeah, you needed to go, so you ran out in front of me. Good job. But she just said, I have no filter. I remember we were in an elevator. He was in the hospital. And I can remember it like yesterday. I don't even remember what she looked like. I don't know if she's still alive or not. But I let it known that I did not appreciate her behaviors. And I did not like her. And I'm not one to fake it. I don't fake. And I know a lot of people say that's not faking, that's just being sophisticated, or that's just being this and that. I don't fake it. I don't think I ever really had a filter. But, you know, I'm not mean and rude. I don't, you know, tell everybody in the world that they are what they are, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't do that, but I'm not going to kiss up. I'm not going to be sweet when I don't feel like this person is anyone who deserves for me to be sweet to them, or I'm not mean to them, but I just don't have any reason. Don't play that game. So, oops. I see my voice was going out again. It always is. But yeah, I was raised to be what used to be called polite society, and I know how to be that, and I can if I need to, if I'm just indifferent to what's going on. That's more like what it is. I'm more indifferent to people who are abusive. You know, I'll put up with, if I have to. I won't really put up with it. I'm indifferent to their games, to their whatever. But I'm not perfect in that because I lost my filter. But I like that, and I do agree. I mean, I didn't do it intentionally because she said that all those years ago. It was back in, maybe 20 years ago. No, I don't do that. It's just how it became. But like I said, I'm not sure I ever had a filter. So, anyway, I don't know. What time is it? 2:01, and I need to be home right after, I'm going to be late. So, oh well. Okay. Anyway, boy, that light was so long. It was unbelievable. I hope you stopped there. Wow. Dude, here's another one. Say, when somebody comes out of a place like that, or, you know, from the other side, you have the right of way. You're going down the road like this, and you just saw that. Somebody about to pull out. And they don't slow down. I mean, it could be a regular road or a place like, you know, this strip mall and stuff. But they don't slow down until they get to it. Then they kind of slam on their brakes. You know, you don't know if they're going to slow down or not. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like, are you going to stop? How do you feel about that? How do you respond to that? Do you do like I do? And it's not one finger, it's the whole hands. I got to have my hands waving. And saying, really? Hey, that's polite. That's more polite than really what I'd like to be. But no, actually, I'm not a really mean person, but I can cuss a few people out. Oh my goodness, I think the heat's getting to me. Really? Yeah, not really. But yesterday, I think I mentioned that at the beginning of this, where I was yesterday, one of the places, I was sitting under a tree and my SUV said it was 98 degrees. And I had been sitting there for a while. Yeah. It was 98 degrees in the shade, under a tree. Little one. And a little enough to be higher You know what I'm talking about. But in the shade. So, anyway, I think I'm going to wrap this up because I'm rambling like there's no tomorrow. Why do people say that? I'm doing this like there's no tomorrow because that's what they enjoy doing, maybe, and they want to make sure that's the last thing they do. What is this place over here? That's another one that I had to deliver the other day to one that was like, see that those these office ones. Well, there's one place that I delivered to. It kind of looks like, I don't know what you would call them. They're not. It's not like this is a strip mall, but they are all businesses. Really nice. It's very nice, but it's shaped as a U, and the ones that are, at the bottom of the U are way far in, and the app was getting confused. So luckily, I actually just pulled in. I said, okay, I got it. Or as I was pulling, I said, I get it. What's going on? Because I've been driving 45 years, 46, I think. And the guy met me. It was on the second floor. I just walked up, and boy, those steps were so narrow. Like I don't have big feet. It was like that's all that could be on each step, And he met me on the second floor, and he said that a lot of people get very confused here. I said, I can see why. Don't filter. I didn't say it in a mean way. I just said, yeah, I can see why. Because it's I could see people getting confused, especially newer drivers. The way it was so sunk in and all. And you don't know what these places are. You have no idea. And if you're delivering is for a person, yet it's at a business and it doesn't say the name of the business, you get it? Some of them do. Some of them say the person's name and the name of the business. So, but the whole thing of being sunken in, yeah. Okay, that football stadium over there, I don't know if you can see it, but I remember when it was first built, it was something, I could be lying, but I think it was 61 million. It's a high school football field. I think it was 61 million. Then something happened that they didn't use something right, or I don't remember the story. Then they had to do so much of it all over again. But since when do football fields for for high schools cost that much? I was like, whoa. I guess I grew up in the sticks or something. It was mainly about the football field and some, what were those things called? It was actually pretty nice for a small town. It's not really a small town. I don't know what would be considered a small town back then. Population wasn't all that much, but what do they call those things? When it's not like these, you see Dallas Cowboy people play in, I don't know, by the way, I don't watch football. I don't watch any sport. So I'm going to get all the terminology wrong. But, or forgot it when I was young. We were basically, that's what kids did for fun. In my town was to go to the games. Especially homecoming, man. The people came from far and wide for our homecomings because they did a lot of fireworks. Really impressive for such a small ISD. Yeah, I'm going back now on memory lane. I haven't been to my hometown in 10 years, 10 and a half. Down there. Maybe I'm just homesick, right? So, probably so. I have seen so many great these four-door sedans. I'm not talking like all of them are delivery people, but I have seen several of the delivery people. One of them was delivering that road that one I said, the last neighborhood I went to. And the kids were going crazy, and they parked right in the middle of they parked like they're driving. They just were driving on that side of the street and just parked right there. I've always said these people, that the rules don't rules rules don't apply to them. Some of them I've seen have that mentality. I mean, he was right there and delivering. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, yeah. Just I had a light, and I was so surprised. I'm so proud of the person behind me that, because as I was turning, the light changed to yellow, and they didn't rush through. These days, yeah, that's when it is. Somebody made me feel proud of them. Oh my goodness! I wonder if it's true. If this vitamin D is really making me happy. So, the sun, could be. You never know. I'm not a healthcare professional, voice of authority at all, any of that. So, but it's 2:12. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up, go home, and I'm gonna have my salad. I have a salad, at least one every day. Sometimes I have one for lunch, real early for brunch, and then a little bit late after, like if I go out at night and do deliveries, I'll have one. They're not that many calories, so what I've counted the calories, and it's basically a chef salad without any meat, so and not all that sodium stuff.